99.3 Nigeria Info. Good morning to you. Very pleasant one at that to Lagos, Nigeria. Welcome to Dailies today. I'm Sheriff Quadry.
I'm Jimi. Disu. Good morning.
Yes, indeed. You can watch this show on Facebook and on YouTube. Nigeria Info 99.3 is how you can watch. For those who like to have some visual experience, you're most welcome to join other viewers on Facebook and on YouTube. Let's start this morning. Vanguard is our first paper, page 7. Unruly Ibom air passenger charged to court, remanded in Kirikiri prison.
Yeah, Sheriff, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I knew you were expecting this one, so let me give it to you the way I've thought it out. So, of course, yesterday I don't need to go over the story. It's all over the place, the visuals and everything. And there was yet another unruly passenger. I won't go into the details because it's, like I said, most people have seen it. So I'll go straight into my views on a few things that happened. First of all is that it could have been avoided. Remember that this lady was said to have boarded the flight, refused to turn off her phone. Then the passenger, it was reclaimed, turned it off for her. It was when she got to her destination that the katakata busted. And I think that is my personal view that her state of mind needs to be examined somewhat also for the things that was said. However, there was number one was the fact that I think that it is a failing of the NCA, the authorities, to drag a woman like that, any human being for that, any passenger for that matter, in such a matter. I believe that it could have been better done professionally. And if we don't have it, we better upgrade the techniques of our security people. As soon as an incident like that happens, you hand it over to the security people. They would know the best way to get her off the plane rather than drag her and, of course, expose her and let her become a source of entertainment to a lot of people. I mean, I've seen handcuffs, for example, work before. Why couldn't you just pin her down? Once you handcuff somebody, I tell you, 50% of them will go down. Why couldn't you do that in a decent manner? Let it be ladies only. She's a female. And who was it, like Festus Kayamo said, that was filming all that whilst it was, well, he didn't know he or she didn't know it was going to go that way. So as far as the incident goes, I think it could have been better handled, which also now gives us a bit of a dilemma about the need to upgrade our security apparatus, or apparati as the case may be, in sensitive places like the airport. Today, for example, at 9 o'clock, I'm going to get to Lumide Nwayo, and I'm going to get Captain Blade to look at the serious implications of security at our national airports. One thing that crossed my mind yesterday was that, what if this plane was about to crash, and in the state that woman is, would she take instructions from the cabin crew? How would you control such a person? These are some of the things that others, stakeholders, will be looking at in terms of the facilities that we have. Do we have the training? I give credit to the lady who was slapped and didn't make any attempt to slap back. I give her a lot of credit, and I give the airline a lot of credit for that. Now, I'm trying to rush things up. I hope you realize. Now, in terms of optics, a few things have occurred to me. Which of the two is the worst offense, or which endangered more lives? Kwamwon's incident or this one? I believe Kwamwon's incident put more lives in danger, was 10 times more serious than this one. Okay, because, I mean, for God's sake, the man put himself in front of a moving plane. But the advisory on Kwamwon is going on foot from Lagos to the Attorney General's office, and last time I heard, he hasn't even got to Lokoja. But this one was done by a supersonic jet, and as we speak this morning, the lady is in jail. I think it is unfair. I think it is unbalanced. And I think what is good for the goose is good for the geese, or like they say, is good for the gander. I think we need to tidy up our justice system in the things that we do. I would want to see where these two cases are going to end. And I can tell you this, if the government has to be careful, because if it doesn't do the needful and be seen to be fair all around, well, it won't lead to anything. It will just pile up some of the things that some people have against this government and against the Nigerian elite as a whole. If this, let's reverse the roles. If this lady had stood in front of the moving jet and you saw all that drama, I'm sure she would have found a way. The Attorney General would have been in court by now. But if he was the musician that was dragged and whatever, we'll be paying royal visits and paying condolences to him, because the lady was greatly embarrassed. It's her own making note. She has her own guilt part of it, but you undressed her, as it were. So that it goes like that. And it says that the airline operators have banned her for life. You are banning her for life. The other gentleman was a bigger risk. She was a bigger risk. And so another thing that I found a bit odd is the rate at which the Minister for Aviation jumps into every crisis. I thought, look, we need to solidify and make the jobs of our operators. We need to strengthen it by leaving them in charge. For the minister every time to say, I have directed. This is, all over the world, we're being watched. And there's something in even in professional football, people run away from political interference. Let the agencies that have been mandated, let them handle this. You could, as a matter of concern, do a quiet phone call. But stop taking control of every crisis. That's not what you are appointed minister to do. I have directed. It is not your job to direct. You have the agencies that are meant to do this job. Let them do their job. And if they are not competent, get them fired. I think somebody needs to pass that message on to Mr. Festus Keyamo, that, okay, please stop jumping at every crisis. This is just some errant passengers both ways, you know, and that's what Peter Obi has condemned the treatment meted out to the passenger. He calls it double standards. Part of what I said he has actually said. But all said and done, because of time, at 9 o'clock we'll have Onwayo and Captain Blade. It is much more serious on the back end than you would imagine. It shows that we don't have the protocols to handle a lot of things. In Wasu's case, he should have been handcuffed and walked off the tarmac. It should have been immediately. A security unit, who maybe the airport security or maybe part of the police, should have been immediately. It should never have happened. Should have been walked off the tarmac, but we didn't do that. They were even begging him. And so on and so on and so forth. But in this case, in the case of this girl, you were ready to drag her off and make some indecent exposure, which I think maybe she might want to sue for, but they should apologize to her as a woman. You can find somebody guilty on one hand and apologize on the other. So all said and done, we'll keep our gunpowder dry till 9 o'clock because we have just 30 minutes, and there are very many other stories that that we need to look at. I thought you wanted to ask me something.
No.
What do you mean no? Say something now. Are you overwhelmed by the video that you saw?
What video? I didn't see any video.
Oh, okay. Say something.
Did you see any video?
No. I'm reading from the Vanguard. Of course. the ripple effect. I'm not making jest of, but it's just there's a lighter side to it, and the ripple effect is amazing. It shows how strong the social media can be. It's amazing. Within 30 minutes, her profile was there on the. She's a content creator and so on and so forth. Her profile was already there. And she's going to be a star of some sort at the end of this exercise.
I think that what happened yesterday was largely done for the camera. What happened yesterday was largely done in bad faith by all sides. I think that we don't have the full story.
Oh, really?
Yes, I think we don't. We will probably have 40% of the story. I think because I have not seen too many people on that flight coming to share. I've only seen 2 accounts or 3 accounts. You know, and the largely the video that is currently everywhere is that of the side of Value Jet.
Okay.
You know, yeah. So we don't know so much about what transpired before the lady, the Posa blocked the exit of the plane. We don't know much about what happened. ValueJet was quite they were quite very quick to release a statement. Ibom Air rather,
Ibom
sorry,
Air.
apologies, ValueJet, apologies. Ibom Air were very quick to release a statement last night and everything, very, very quick. And I think the lady has a case here if she's got a good lawyer on her side, because someone in the Ibom Air crew deliberately humiliated her by tearing her clothes.
Was it torn by someone? Or
Yes, it was.
In the process,
It was. We didn't see the person.
I see.
The person.
Also, you studied. Okay, go on.
We didn't. Of course, I had to.
You had to, yes.
Yes, I had to for the job. You know, we didn't see the person, but something happened to her clothes.
Was it torn? Gotta look at the video again because I was kind of distracted.
You should try.
Okay.
You should try and study the video.
If it was that someone
deliberately
tore her dress,
humiliated her.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Do you think that there's equity in the way the two matters are treated?
No, I do not think so. I absolutely do not, and I'm 100% with your position on that.
And do you think that?
Why I'm the one that's supposed to be asking question? No.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry. I will ask Unwayo and
wait, what's the question?
No, I'm not asking the other. And I think that on Thursday, I need to get a very sound lawyer to bring him in here. It's a story we should stay on because it could be anybody. It could be anybody. It's a story we should stay on. We should be able to feel free to give a right analysis that fair is fair. Some of these things are done in an unconscious manner. You understand the Nigerian factor, but we must change it. But let's go to the other story.
Let's go to the other story. The next story rather. Vanguard page 9. We have 2 stories on this page. Let's start with perhaps we just need to move on from here, right?
Yes, let's move on from there. Yeah.
Akpabio hail hearty in London, says Benga Daniel.
Okay, so the social media was full yesterday with the in fact, at some point, let me be honest, I thought the gentleman had passed on, but according to my good friend Benga Daniel, he reports that Akpabio has not been hospitalized. Benga Daniel said he had a stopover in London. He didn't say where he was coming from or going. To inform, he stopped. That is in London. He stopped over to inform the Senate President on his planned return to Nigeria in order to partake in the August 16 by-election. Is that enough for you to visit somebody? A telephone call? In fact, a letter to his office should have sufficed. I went to see him he said he stopped by in order to partake, to tell him he will partake in the other August 16. Anyway, the truth is here, Wengadana says, I'm here to formally inform you that I will be returning to Nigeria to partake in the blah, 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 blah. And he saw him. That's what the story is all about. And Well, it is said that he is hale and hearty. I don't know about being hale and hearty, or like Lai Mohammed would say, also chatty. But all said and done, Akpabio is alive and probably well up to a particular point.
Right. Let's take this story on page 2 of the Punch. You'll find the story on the headline on the front page. It's a very bold one. Panic in ADC as EFCC goes after key members.
Yes, now that's what the EFCC is supposed to do. Whether they are doing it properly is another thing entirely. Okay, so what it is, and it's part of politics, and as far as I'm concerned, they are the same of same. So if they were going to start to expose themselves, so be it. According to this story, it says that Tambuwal, former Sokoto state government, withdrew the amount of where's the amount now, running into billions, so some 189 billion. He withdrew it in cash. According to this story, let me read it. Former Sokoto state government is being held for alleged fraudulent cash withdrawals to the tune of 189 billion. And the EFCC gives the against money laundering, blah, 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 blah. And the EFCC official told the Bunch that he is in custody at Abuja corporate headquarters. An investigation is going on, at least until they can explain why you would want to withdraw 189 billion in cash. It could be a bullion van. And the EFCC spokesperson, he declined to comment, but Baladi Abdullahi, who's the National Publicity Secretary of the ADC, confirmed to the Punch 3 former governors who are key leaders of the coalition have been invited by the anti-graft body. Yes. As far as I'm concerned, if you have withdrawn 189 billion, the EFCC should, whether it's political or not, is another thing. But a lot of things are happening amongst the political class that set me smiling. Okay, and one day, you remember the minister who was asked if he had a Rolls Royce, and he said yes. And that's what I liked about him. He said yes, and so what? The video surfaced over the weekend. It was alleged in the video that the minister for power, Adelabu, had just quote unquote opened his new house, which is a Nigerian thing, really. You open the house. The house looks like half of Kolo Mediterranean split. I don't understand where all this, and he was enjoying himself. Congratulations. Remember also even the Minister of Aviation till date I have not seen his response to the fact that he bought a corner piece in Ikoyi and so on and so forth. It is good. Let these things continue to pile up. One day government will change hands and the roles will be reversed. So I don't think we should worry about the political class. Rather, what we should worry about is changing the narrative very, very quickly before we run into very big trouble. Kofi Batters made me understand this morning that you haven't seen anything yet. Go and see people who have been local chairman for just 6 months in Rivers State, 1 or 2 of them, and see what they have. And they are blatant about it. They're open about it. Minister opens the house. Now the house I'm talking about is not just a 3-4 story building, 3-4 bedroom building. It looked like half of the Comedian. And I look at life and I just smile. You've seen all these things happen before. Have you ever visited the house of such people? Visit their houses after they are gone, even when they are still alive. But after they are gone, yes, I went to one prominent Ibadan chief's house. This is like a graveyard. You will see the waste in all this, the unnecessary vanity, and all this. So the ADC is complaining, but why complain? Let the man explain, according to the story, why he went to withdraw cash of 189 billion. Who is the banker which bank does he use? How did they make the money available to him? Did he stroll to the central bank? But we don't expect the FCC to answer these questions. Then go settle the matter. There's no doubt about that. It's politics. Maybe, who knows, he might find his way back to the ruling party. Only God knows. But one of the sources, point sources, says that a lot of our coalition members are concerned by this brazen show of power by the EFCC, which is obviously being used by those in power. But the thing is this: if you see somebody who wants to burn a house down, and you stroll by with a gallon of petrol or whatever it is, and he can grab it from you and set the house on fire, so be it. So that's the news we have here. Even the Daily Trust says that EFCC detains Tambuwal and invites ex-governor Emeka Ihedioha. So whilst this emphasis is going on the new coalition, our own current ones are saying that, and so what? Never in the history of Nigeria, has this ever happened. Minister rises and goes right there in full glare and says, and so what? Do your worst. Abi Sheriff. Dear.
Let's go to page 14. The expression of the Punch is Health-Wise Plus page.
Let's talk about health, Jerry. These things are important too. Don't take these some of these political stories. Don't take it too much to heart. It's just for you to know the kind of country that we are living in and how degenerate we have become. But something will give one day, very soon. Okay, to the health page, listen carefully. Psychiatrists raise the alarm over drug abuse amongst health workers. It means that you need to be careful about the mental state of that nurse that wants to give you an injection, or that doctor that you are consulting. And they say that mental health experts have raised concern over the rising case of drug abuse among health workers. Some of them. So you need to be very, very careful and very observant. This is very worrying. I just said it in passing, but it is very, very worrying because, again, there's been an increase in mental challenges, obviously, because of the various challenges that we have. And some people have resorted to drugs and whatever. So next time you're in front of a doctor, especially the one that wants to give you injection. I remember some years back, a nurse made a mistake. The drugs I'm supposed to take at night, she labeled it to take in the morning. And the one I'm supposed to take in the morning, she labeled to take at night. So I was up all night. Yeah. And then during the day, as soon as I woke up to go and brush my teeth, so I took a second look and went to the hospital. So can you imagine if that lasted for 1 week? Another story here that you might want to look at. For men, chronic back pain may be a sign of prostate cancer. Chronic back pain. My back. Go check, go get yourself checked over. It could be a sign of prostate cancer, says the experts. Another one says that stop treating doctors like civil servants. Former WMA president tells federal government. Maybe what he wanted to say is that we should treat them like political appointees and the favored ones, like I don't want to mention about the judges, or I don't know which day I will get arrested now. But look at the way we treat our judges, look at the way we treat our doctors. Compare what you give to compare the salary of the chief medical officer to the salary of a judge of the High Court of Lagos. I mean, you need to compare the two and see where the emphasis of the political class lies. So this man, the former president of the World Medical Association, Dr. Sahon Onelbule, has urged the federal government to stop lumping medical professionals into the general civil service. That's why half of our doctors have jackpot. What else do we have here? 1 in 5, this one is also very worrying. 1 in 5 chemotherapy drugs in Africa fail quality tests. This is related to cancer. And the story says nearly 1 in 5 chemotherapy drugs tested in parts of sub-Saharan Africa is either dangerously underdosed, or overdosed, according to a new research co-authored by a Nigerian postgraduate student Ekeze Okorigwe at the University of Notre Dame in the United States. That is very, very worrying for any cancer patient who is being treated locally. That 1 in 5 is either underdosed or overdosed. That doesn't look too good.
No, it doesn't.
So that's always find every Tuesday, if you can, get a copy of the Point to read the latest medical development. You'll be thankful that you are alive in this country.
Mm-hmm. Let's go take our next story. No, we can't.
We can't.
Mm-mm.
Okay. But what's the headline?
Ekwere Madu, father of David Wanini boy involved in UK kidney transplant, dies.
Oh, okay, so that's the story.
Yeah, that's the story. Okay. The father of that boy. That's the story. So you're back at 9
I'm back at 9 with and Captain Blade.
Okay.
Right. Take a critical look at security at our airport, Samson, and the implications.
Indeed. Lagos, thank you for being a part. Thank you for watching online. If you watched, we appreciate it. If you would like to watch again, go to our Facebook page, our YouTube page, and go rewatch if you've watched already. Or if you want to watch again, you can find the videos there. Kofi will make a return now for the remaining part of the morning. Crossfire, stay here, please.
7 p.m. Don't knuckle. Now yellow clock be that.
Yes, so better don't come as the MTN Mega Billion promo don't land and your number fit
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3